What is up, guys? I'm really excited to show you this. It's sort of this on location shot here. Usually I'm in my office talking about random things around the Denver area, but here I am now with my first house hack in Denver, my pride and joy. And that's how I actually got started in my whole rental journey here in the Denver area. And it really helped me kickstart my real estate investing journey. I did the same strategy back in San Diego, and now I'm doing it here in Denver. I'm looking for my fourth house hack, and this is number 3. So let's go check it out. I think the first thing I'll show you is this is the main entrance. We bought it as a flip back in May of 2022. So we've had it for about a year and a half now. Still need some work on the lawn. We got a carport here, no garage, but we just installed some solar panels up on top as well. Looking forward to those really good tax credits in the end. So let's go up to the driveway. One thing that I like to have now, because it's operating as a short-term rental right now as an Airbnb, I can make sure that there's salt on the ground so that ice doesn't stick. I don't want any sort of safety concerns for this place. I also have someone coming out here every time there's snowfall to shovel the driveway, and also this little walkway as well. So let's go step inside. So here we go. I kind of want to start here first because there's a couple of quality of life changes that I made to the property, and that's with the Ring. The Ring camera is amazing, and I don't have to worry about having batteries replaced or having to charge it because, as you can see with this wire, it's actually connected to a solar panel. But basically, I can see whatever's happening in front of my door with this camera, and I can hear things as well. Whenever I get notifications of movements, I can always check up on them if I find anything suspicious, but I'm not always checking my camera. I'm not neurotic like that. Another thing that I like to do with the, like all the rental properties I have, and also a lot of my investor clients, is having this keypad right here. It's the Halo Quick Set. And this is a usual closing gift I like to give to my clients. What's great is that it's Bluetooth connected. I'm able to change the codes whenever necessary. I change it per turnover. So if someone stays, they leave, I change the codes up so that it's always safe and secure. So yeah, with those quality of life changes, let's go inside. So here's the main entrance. We pretty much did everything. We bought this as a flip, like I mentioned. We put in the appliances, stainless steel appliances. We got the TV, desks. We got some board games here, couches. A lot of this stuff is from Facebook Marketplace. And, a lot of people would argue to always get something from, West Elm or the fancy places, right? The thing is that it's kind of expensive, and sometimes it takes weeks for it to be delivered. Between me and my wife, we found things at a discount. We had a lot more time than money to get this house hack going. So we found the best deals on the market, and people were willing to sell those at like pennies on the dollar. And all we did was pick it up with my truck, bring it in here, and then we were able to rent it within 2 weeks of us buying the place. So we were working really hard on this place. So up here is a 2-bed, 1-bath. We'll go over to the bedrooms first. So going over here into the bathroom area, we make sure that there's always these washcloths. Go check out the bath here. We always have like the conditioners, soaps, body washes, and things like that sitting on the side. Everything for them to feel at home and, just set up for them and all that good stuff. So here we are in the first bedroom. First bedroom, we got a lot of pillows, night lamps, nothing too fancy. It's a bigger bedroom. Usually you have like those 10 by 11 bedrooms. I believe this is like 14 feet or maybe even 13 feet by 10-ish or 11-ish. So easily fits a queen bed, and we got cleaners fixating everything in between each turnover. We got 2 towels per bedroom. So it sleeps up to 10 people in this whole house. So let's go over to the second bedroom. Second bedroom is on the opposite side of the hallway. A little bit smaller size, but nonetheless, it's a proper bedroom. Decorations were all from Facebook Marketplace, big-ish closet. We got suitcase holders and things like that. Kleenex. Nothing too crazy about this. It's just the proper place to stay for those people that just want a place to stay, for family, whatever it might be. Another thing too for short-term rentals is that you need a place for your cleaners to have toilet paper, paper towels, linens, and things like that. So we actually lock these so that the cleaners can have those exchange. They have the keys to this, and they have easy access to all the extra things, pillowcases, linens, and all that good stuff. So we also have a guidebook if someone wants a recommendation on restaurants, where the nearest hospital is, how to reach us, things like that. It's all in this guest book, and they don't have to worry about any safety concerns. They could just call us up. And yeah, here's the kitchen. Like I said, this sleeps up to 10 people, 2 per bedroom, and it's a 4-bed, 2-bath. Also downstairs, you will see that we also have a day bed. We have 2 twin beds that can sleep 2 other kids, 2 adults if they're comfortable with it. So yeah, we feel like having more people having access to it or being able to sleep in this place, it just helps out with, that filter of like, hey, I got a party of 10 people. Like, can we stay at your place? By all means, yes, it's very reasonable. So right here is actually where it steps into the stairway into the basement. This actually separates the main floor from the basement. And that is what we did to utilize the house hack strategy. So me and my wife, we were going through the carport into this door right here, which you will see, and it goes straight into the basement. And all we did was put this door up, deadbolt it on this side, and we had no interaction with the guests upstairs. I think also the reason why we wanted to take the basement is because we can get a lot more money for operating the main floor as the Airbnb. If we were to stay downstairs, not have to worry about someone complaining about all the footsteps upstairs, because they are upstairs, we just had to bite the bullet while living in the basement. And yes, it was a tough time for our relationship, but nonetheless, we made it work, and it was well worth the time and money for having that sacrifice. So here is the sunroom. This is sort of like the hangout area. People can read books. We are planning on having a lot more board games and books over on that side here. Typical couches, you got benches, things like that. All of this is from Facebook Marketplace. Nothing too fancy, just enough to make it work. And it's not like we were, breaking the budget. We also partnered on this as well, just to make the numbers work. Yeah, and to be fully transparent here, this is how we entered the back door. So this goes into the backyard, and that's the carport over there, which you saw at the beginning of the video. Had a brand new AC. Yard is, we're dog friendly, so we're totally fine with having dogs back here and utilizing the yard. We still need to scrape up the leaves. But nonetheless, people don't mind that as much. Usually they're staying inside or they're just out adventuring in the greater Denver area. So no one's really complained about it. So it's mainly a place for dogs to do their business. All right, so now we go into the basement. Going into the basement, we now have access, or like people that stay here, they have access to the whole house. So they're not too worried about having, let's say, guests upstairs or guests downstairs. Let's say if there's 2 different types of people, one's partying at night or one's has to work in the morning or something like that. It's all one big party, one big happy family. So I don't have to worry about that good stuff. We did all this ourselves as well. I mean, this pretty much was at its bare bones, just a typical flip, fresh white paint, linoleum, vinyl plank flooring. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So it's a 2-bed, 1 downstairs, and this is where me and my wife stayed. Let's go over to the bedrooms first. And right here is actually the day beds that I was talking about. So there's 4 bedrooms, so each of them can fit 2 people. And this can fit 2 more people. There's one under here, the trundle, and then one twin bed up here. The cleaners change out all these sheets as well, and all the pillowcases. So I don't have to worry about any sort of dirt continuing on to the next person or any smudges or anything, things like that. So with the first bedroom, we wanted to make this like a workstation as well. So we put in a little work desk and a power strip down here. So if someone wanted to have a monitor, their laptop charged and things like that, it's all available for them. And then with this being a basement room as well, like they don't have to worry about people talking loudly upstairs or even mainly in the basement. They're just working down here and have a place to sleep as well. Your pretty typical bedroom, nothing too crazy about it. So on to the next one. Then with this one, same exact idea. We don't have any room for extra workspace, but we did have a bed frame here in case someone had that preference. Closets, lamps, heater on the side, I mean, our cleaners are great, so they make sure that all the trash cans in each bedroom are well taken care of, cleaned out, replaced, and all that good stuff. So pretty cool. So yeah, onto the last bathroom. We actually had a huge issue in this bathroom. So upstairs, we found out the hard way that the toilet upstairs did not have a full complete wax ring seal. So every time someone would flush, some of the excess water would actually seep in between the two bathrooms. So there was a leak up here and it just went through and wet a lot of the wood. There was like soft wood underneath all this, and I didn't find out until I found some water spots behind the mirror. And I was like, what the heck is this? And thanks to gravity, I kind of got, my deduction, my reasoning coming along, my detective work, where yeah, something must be going upstairs. So after a long ordeal, we got that all fixed up, but nonetheless, it's now a pretty good looking bathroom in my opinion. So pretty cool. And then the last part of the bedroom is the washer dryer. We also have a mini fridge down here. We figured this would be a really good space for kids to have their like energy drinks or whatever it might be in this mini fridge. And if you wanted to do some washer dryer stuff for those longer term stays, 2 weeks, a week even, they can just use that washer and dryer. We got a new AC unit. The furnace is in here as well. I won't be going into that, but they also got some extra blankets, towels, and things like that all right here, just in case they need it without having to call us up. They have free access to that. So back in May of 2022, we actually had a hard time trying to get financing for the property. So we actually partnered up with a couple of my cousins. If you're ever curious about partnering or how to structure those deals, please hit me up. It took me a little bit to realize it, but it just made complete sense at the end of it. They fronted the down payment and the closing costs, and we put in all the work for all the furnishings, the inquiries, especially now that it's operating as a short-term rental. We're working for it, and we're making our money's worth via labor versus actually putting in capital. So with all that, so we bought it back in May of 2022 at $580,000. We put 5% down. We house hacked it. Me and my wife were staying in the basement, and upstairs was operating as a short-term rental. During that time, we averaged we weren't able to completely cash flow, but we were breaking even a lot of the months, I'd say 6 months out of the year. And then during the summer months, we were making more money. And during the winter months, we weren't making so much money, but let's say we'd make about $3,000 when our mortgage was about $3,500. And then you include utilities and things like that, I would anticipate about $4,000 for total expenses, including the debt service. So with all that, now that the whole place is operating as a short-term rental, and we still have a lot of improvements that we feel like we can make on this place, with like the backyard, having it more family friendly, maybe even putting a hot tub, not having to worry about sprinklers or the trees out there because they're crabapple trees and squirrels get in there all the time. Sometimes the apples are rotting and I don't have to, I just don't want to pick it up, and it's just kind of a nuisance, right? So yeah, there's some improvements that we want to do on the place. So now that the whole house is operating as a short-term rental, we just want to automate it as much as possible. We're cash flowing about 500, maybe 1,000 per month, depending on the season, which is very beneficial and very useful. But with competition happening and increasing here in Denver, and with a lot of the laws, maybe you've seen my previous videos on the short-term rental laws coming up in 2026 with Bill 6, Bill C, whatever they want to call it, property taxes might go up with those short-term rentals. So with all that, we're trying to figure out if a midterm rental strategy is useful or is at all viable in this property. So a lot of learning points here. And so now that we're cash flowing a little bit on this place, 500 with 1,000, and going on to our next house hack, trying to find that property, taking advantage of this specific real estate market where you can get concessions, lower purchase price, and even get repairs and replacements during the inspections. I mean, I'm trying to take full advantage of it and trying to buy a property here as soon as possible. So with that being said, thanks so much for hanging out. I feel like this is long overdue. I've had this property ever since I started my channel, and I know some of you have been asking about just seeing the tour of this place. So hope you like it. And if you have any suggestions on what to have, how to improve this place, or if you have any software applications that I could implement to better make this passive, please let me know. Put it in the comments down below. And if you ever want to hit me up and are curious about Airbnb, all my contact information is in the description below. Call me, text me if you want to reach me. I don't care. I'm here for you. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you guys next week.